Hello, welcome back. Corsair DreamLeague Season 9. And that was game 1 of the grand finals. Secret, victorious. And they made it look easy. I would say the first 15 minutes, maybe, you know, both sides had equal opportunity or something like that. But then all of a sudden, it just got out of control and things started going south for Fnatic here with Blitz and Aperian Flex. Blitz, this game, how could it get out of control so fast?
The lanes went actually kind of okay-ish for Fnatic, but they could just never take a fight. Is the big thing. Is you have a hero like Weaver that needs so much farm. He doesn't deal any damage. Like oftentimes he'd be the last one left in these fights, but he was just backpedaling the entire time through. If you're tanky or elusive, but you can't deal damage, then you're next to a useless hero. They weren't really able to slow down any of the heroes. The Visage plus Lone Druid combo proved to be a lot. It was just a lot of summons, a lot of frontliners, just tons of stuff running at you. A lot of stuff.
And you're a bug with nothing, so...
You're an ant.
You're an ant. Well, that's not great. Let's take a look at what the replays that Will chose for us.
Of course.
And see if we're going to see a
everybody
lot
knows,
of stuff.
I take painstaking care.
Well, that's a bug. And this bug is going to be able to stand outside.
And you notice on this end too, Abed's trying to run away. They just run at him. I was about to turn unfortunate.
Can I draw something?
Yeah, get in there.
So if you look how close, in a second, Secret are really good at maintaining this positional discipline where they stay together. And there's a fight, I don't know if the replay is going to cut out before it, but they are all on the same page. Like if you look, Secret are 100% on the same page. They know exactly what they're meant to do.
Yep.
They stick to targets. They prioritize targets really well, and they're super tight. Like they're always together. Like Will said, it's a lot of stuff running at you. Look at this, a bear, 2 flying things. They had summons with, I think, what do they have, a Helm of the Dom at some point as well. So it's just like, there's just stuff running at you all the time. And if you look at Fnatic, they're super split up. You had Enchantress over here, Razor was mid, Envy's running for his life, and Pi was caught out in the middle. They're all split up. But look how tight Secret are. Look at that formation right there in the middle. Look at that. They're moving like one entity. It's like a hive mind.
Yeah. I think, especially with the support Omni Knight, you can't really stop people from running at you. As weird as that sounds, like the pace of the game, it goes way too fast for him. You saw eventually the Night Stalker was so much more useful than him. He just kept running at them.
Just kept rolling and rolling. Very tanky, hits really hard, slows people. It would be silence and everything.
It'd be really different if Fnatic had eventually like a way to win a fight. But I think in that game it was really hard for them to eventually win a fight with the heroes that they had. They didn't have like this overwhelming team fight hero to begin with.
They didn't have a fight reset.
It was like a
either,
ton of single target cores as well. Like if you want to come back into a game, you need at least 1 or 2 of these like good catch heroes. They didn't have that either. Like their catch was limited. It felt like their team fight was super limited. I couldn't really see a way that they were going to be successful in this game. They did do one thing really well though, and they took the first Roche of the game, and that made things
a Fnatic classic. Taking Roche. Yeah, they love that.
But like other than that, this was a pretty one-sided roll.
Who would you give out the MVP to?
I would give it to Puppy. I thought he did really well in Night Stalker and enabled a lot of what they did. And always seemed to be leading the charge. And also his draft was great, and he obviously captained well. Everyone's on the same page. The discipline there is great, as in the replay that we saw, so I would give it to Puppy.
Who do I think will win the MVP, or who do you think deserves the MVP? Because I know who won the MVP.
Who would you give it to, Sheebs?
Yeah.
I would give it to Fada on his bat rider.
Why? Because I thought you liked the bat?
I liked his bet a lot. I feel like he made the right jumps and he got the right people out and mispositioned them. But I know you guys didn't vote that way, so...
I think they voted Envy, but...
Oh, they actually went for a pretty good...
But it's very, you know, Envy Pi, you know, that's...
It's a little unfair. But yeah, Puppy was just below mid-1 there.
Yeah, mid-1's Visage was great.
Decent. Yeah, Visage was fantastic. But I don't know, I always kind of expect mid-1 to just do great things on his hero, so...
True.
Yeah, and we could just pick mid-1 every time, really, but it's nice to mix it up a bit, for sure.
All right, so we are going to prepare for the second game. Will, for that, we'll have Thomas play you out, because you're going to get a little bit of a break, or at least we're going to replace you.
Go have a rest, William.
Go have a rest. It was a tough day of work today.
What a guy.
And we've got ourselves a
pair?
A pair.
Ooh.
A pair of Capitalist and Pigeon.
Is there a knock at the door? Oh, do come in.
Please come in, it's open.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh, this is my jam. It's good. Plugging it.
Yeah. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Grand finals time. Now we've heard everybody else's opinion about who's gonna take it and stuff, and I think I kind of, you know, it's been It's been kind of one-sided from that side over there, and I'm thinking you're going to be on the same page, but can you talk to us a little bit about the matchup, Fnatic, Secret?
Let's not make any assumptions here. First,
Was I wrong?
establish Pigeon, who are you backing?
Who am I backing? I want to be fair on this one, but every game I've cast the Secret, they've been running away with it. It's hard ask because Secret have seemed more or less flawless throughout this tournament so far.
So he's backing Secret, Cap. Who are you backing?
Shiver. Whoa. Who are you backing, Shiver?
There we go. Get you in first.
I am the impartial host.
No.
You don't
Don't
get to
give
do
me
this
that.
to
I
us.
need to know. I need to know.
At this moment in time, Secret is looking like the better team, not going to lie.
You know what? And that sounds like the perfect situation for Eternal Envy to shine. All the odds are against him. Let's go, Fnatic.
My opinion is worthless here, apparently.
I mean, you
That-
were
But
already...
I know what's going to happen.
right?
What, you were not backing Secret?
I'm not going to talk about
Wasn't
it.
that kind of a
but,
given from the get-go of DreamLeague, Ted?
Obviously.
Didn't they tell you, they were like, you're replacing Slacks.
You are
Analysis-wise,
not required
there's nothing
to know
there.
anything.
Just,
no
just
one
be
cares.
funny for us. We're going to
Yeah.
put the camera on you sometimes. We're
That's
going to
right.
zoom in on you,
But
make funny
sometimes,
faces.
sometimes they listen. They let the clown listen when the people talk, and the clown, the jester, is always in the court. That's all I'm saying. He hears the king's thoughts, and he may repeat them to other people.
This sounds like you're pretending to be the clueless guy, but secretly you're like the top MMR. Have you been secretly jumping up the ranks? Oh, okay.
All right, let's move forward
Right.
then. I don't think he wants to reveal anything there. We can look at the draft because we are in game number 2, and we're gonna find out what these two teams are gonna change, because I think Fnatic, they need to change something.
They do.
They do, because the previous game that was not a success. And you know what? We've seen Fnatic a lot, obviously, of the last few days. And one thing that most of their games had in common is that they always had a good plan B. And I felt that they didn't have a plan B in the previous game. Not a solid one, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I understood. You know, they had the Shaman, so they thought that they could get in there and get some towers and stuff like that. But Secret just ran over them. I mean, that was always a concern, surely, for Fnatic was. That's why I think, like Will said, I was kind of surprised that they took a slow hero like Weaver, because he does need a lot. He is very squishy. He doesn't offer much in team fights. He's, you know, it's a threat, especially with the Batrider there and stuff like that. He needs a lot to become really unkillable. And I felt they didn't have they needed something like, I don't know, a Tide or a Warlock or something that could just stop a fight, give them a chance to reset, but they didn't have that. So they were able to just get run down constantly by Puppey's Night Stalker.
Yep.
And where the Night Stalker went, the team followed.
I mean, yeah, it just feels like Fnatic, they rely on this whole, either Abed or Envy gets shut down hard, then the other one pulls through, and then you catch up. But the thing about Secret is the way they play. I think it's kind of comparative to the TP responses we were seeing for the lane phase.
Yeah, it's like boom.
It was like watching Newbie, right? There's always someone watching, always someone responding, and that's what they've got to try and outplay Secret here, I think, is applying that pressure and being able to respond just as quickly.
Well, we are going to see a very different draft setup so far by Fnatic. Team Secret have pretty much done everything the same except for the Enchantress ban, leaving the Sand King out there. I think in part because the Chen is going to be left out into the pool, so Team Secret may want to pick up Chen here and then Sand King second pick, or I wonder if I'm sure
Chen's
Chen is
there.
more important.
Chen has been banned like
but
every game.
Almost,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very often.
But that also means that Fnatic will be able to get their hands on Tiny if they let that go through. Tiny, I do feel like you can pressure in laning phase, though, so I still think the Chen has more value.
Yeah, take Sand King.
Yeah,
Too good.
Or
Too
I do
good.
think the Sand King is more.
The
winning
Rubik
is-
is also still in the pool.
I was
Yep.
kind of surprised because they have a bit of flexibility, because if they don't get their hands on Sand King, they don't mind taking someone different like Slardar for that sort of different type of initiation.
Yeah, there's plenty of heroes that have been shown, not just by Team Secret, but other teams that will replace the Sand King when it comes to what the Chen gives you in the laning phase. But apparently they're going to pass the Chen option to Fnatic and see if they want to open with it,
Lone
which
Druid.
doesn't look like it. They're going to open with something.
Lone Druid
Chen.
and Chen. That's
Lone Druid.
a lot of lads.
Yeah.
Why?
Lone Druid has been a very successful hero for Fnatic throughout the tournament.
Yeah.
And often we did see it banned out against them. So, and this is a good plan B as well. Just the push, the split push, if you will. Chens, we normally see them in the dual lanes and the dual off lanes.
Yeah, so I think the part of the reason that we have this Lone Druid pick is that they like it because Eternal Envy is going to be very self-sufficient in the safe lane, knowing that they won't have the opportunity to have their supports in the safe lane. At least one of them should be in that aggro dual lane situation, which is the Chen. So it's very similar to like their Weaver and Razor as well in the way that he kind of operates. Obviously a bit slower. He's not going to be the space creator, which is where we're going to have to see Abed actually be a little bit more on an active hero.
Yeah, maybe something that can actually push into them. Maybe we see something like a Phantom Lancer. It's too early to say, I think, that they go with that, but Death Prophet, these type of heroes that can actually just brunt the force at the front of the fight and just also force space, get to early towers.
Oh, that's why. So I think Team Secret didn't pick up the Chen because the Lone Druid, I think, is a naturally kind of a hard hero to be able to pressure. So I'm not sure how that would actually work out. And in turn, Fnatic want to be able to pick up the Lone Druid because of the Chen. It's also a block pick away from Team Secret.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
But they go back to the back. Worked well in the last game.
Yep.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think we've seen, like, Envy's been up against the bat before on the Lone Druid, and it goes reasonably favorably for you. Like, the risk is you give away the bear early, and that's a lot of gold, but other than that, the fear makes it very hard for Batrider to just initiate, get the lasso, and actually capitalize on it.
It's a strong hero to be able to clear out Chen creeps and pressures Lone Druid really well, so it works on both sides of being able. Like, I like the fact that Team Secret ran it with the Lone Druid as well, because I think it's the right kind of aggression that you need to be able to make sure that you're like kind of 15-minute window where the Lone Druid is particularly ineffective when it comes to team fights and everything else. The Batrider really shores up that area.
5 seconds
Just
remaining.
wondering where we're going to go next. I mean, imagine Secret can lock in the POS 5. Typically, I don't see likely to see a Rubik here, which Doctor wouldn't be too bad for what they've got because you have got a lot of kill potential between Sand King and Batrider already.
I think Fnatic might want to consider banning the Broodmother here just in case of the 4th pick Brood, which is kind of dangerous. So far, most of the better counters against Lone Druid are out of the pool. The Razor is one of them, the Lifestealer banned by Fnatic here, and they're going to go with the Visage instead.
It was very scary for them, I think, so it makes sense.
It did dominate in the first game with mid 1.
Pugna is still there. They're thinking about the Pugna.
Pugna is indeed still there. For Fnatic, they've already got a lot of push. If they add a Pugna to that, it's very scary. A hero also still in the pool, Death Prophet. A lot of push in that as well. I think Secret would do well to have some push, or maybe just counter push in their lineup.
Fnatic's turn to pick.
So they banned the Nyx because it's a good counter to the Batrider.
Very good, yeah.
Deals relatively well with Sand King as well.
The Carapace, Rex, Sandstorm, any of Batrider's AoE stuff.
And it is good against the hero they're planning on picking as well.
10 seconds.
And I don't know if I should say that because I've heard them talk about it.
Oh.
Is it the Pugna?
No.
5
Death
seconds
Prophet,
remaining.
maybe? Or
No.
Yeah, probably not Death Prophet?
Io.
No?
Io.
IO.
Oh, okay. So they could do an Io something lane, and then Lone Druid would be free to either play the mid or the safe lane solo.
Tiny is still in the pool, but
And
he hasn't been
yeah,
bad.
that's the
Yeah,
thing is
Tiny.
I thought Tiny was going to be the pickup here from Fnatic.
And they get the Rubik
Go for
themselves,
Rubik.
Fnatic.
So maybe not anymore. The Rubik, really great reaction to the Batrider, and nice deal always against the Sand King.
There you go, so the IO comes out. Tiny, I think, is probably the likely way Secret go, as mid 1's been pretty comfortable in this hero.
It does mean, by the way, that we are going to get a Yaps or Io and a Sand King from Puppy. The
Really?
5-position Sand King. Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's feasible, it can work. Obviously, you know, it's nice if you can get a quick blink, but Sand King still has a lot of impact between his ultimate and the Burrow Strike. So
There's Tiny.
they take it themselves.
That gives them that jump. I think that's really good.
And it stops Secret getting it, so it's a smart move by Fnatic.
I don't know if they were going to go for Tiny. I'd be interested to see if they had.
I think they need a strong, like, get on top of your hero. I'm not sure how you feel about Chaos Knight versus Lone Druid.
I love CK. I think IOCK would be
Lone Druid and
fantastic.
Tiny
else?
together is quite strong against Chaos Knight for like the clear, but
But you just pull the
Yeah, you
Druid
pull
and,
them in.
and kill him. Like, that's it.
But the thing is, if you like
the
you
same
try and
for
stun him, you've still got the bear that can roll you away.
Yeah, true. Can you lasso the bear?
You can.
Grab the bear, and then CK jumps on Lone Druid.
I still like the Death Prophet for Team Secret, just because I think it's okay versus Lone Druid. You have the Spirit Siphon versus the Bear, which is just free HP. The danger is going to be the Tiny, who gives you a lot of burst potential, but you have a lot of protection from the Wisp.
Fanatics.
What
PL?
else?
Oh,
Going for PL.
okay, they're going for Phantom Lancer here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too bad here. Like, up against Tiny, it does fairly well, because Tiny obviously has no armor, so you can just hit at him hard. PL starts with, I think it's 6 armor to begin with, and scales pretty well right-click wise, so you could square them up against each other. Because I think maybe one of the concerns is Fnatic do have a lot of flexibility of where they lane all this so far.
I'm really liking Fnatic's lineup though. They feel like, you know, they've got catch, they got the kill potential, they got the push. And for Secret, you know, I know IOPL can be strong and they got the catch a little bit in the Bat Rider, but the kill potential is not as strong at the start. I feel like they might be a little bit slow compared to Fnatic's
The
lineup.
amount of push Fnatic have is nuts.
It's crazy.
Absolutely nuts.
So I think they could. It doesn't really work with the Chen, so maybe. But I think they would like to be able to have some sort of Radiance type hero that just gives you that damage over time. Like the Batten or a Timbersaw kind of setup would be nice. But I don't know how well it sets with their current lanes that they have.
Bloodseeker.
So apparently they do feel like they banned away like kind of a greedier hero in the Ember Spirits. They do feel like it's going to be like some sort of Tiny Chen dual off lane, and then the mid or safe lane is potentially free. So I guess that does kind of maybe leave a hero like Timbersaw, who's naturally greedier, out there.
I heard Puppies just say that too.
Yep.
Maybe Invoker
No,
as well.
Timbersaw.
I think he said that they can pick the lane. So they're trying to think how they're going to match this up.
Yeah, and they've got some time left in the bonus time, so you know, talking about where they can lane watch and what matchups they're gonna hope for.
Like their concern, like Cap said, is that this Chen is just going to rotate to their safe lane, and whatever they put there is going to have a really tough time. Lone Druid is going to be fine on his own, and you're just going to have Chen and his creeps and Tiny all over you, and that is very, very tough.
I think they just want a pretty fast hero.
Bristleback.
Bristleback. So depending on how you feel about this, maybe so like Dragon Knight is a faster hero that Fnatic can fit in that has the AoE against PL, but it would also be a Silver Edge carrier against the Bristleback.
I was thinking Tiny
The
could go for it,
Timber is still strong here as well.
I mean, yeah, as Deb was saying, Tiny can go for it as well. So you've got, if one lane kind of folds, you've always got the backup plan. I mean, I'm trying to think what else they could really take alternative.
I mean, I will
to that.
always back a well set up Abed Invoker, but Phantom
This
Lancer gets
game,
on top of you. That's really hard. Bat Rider, Sand King.
Still, you'd have to be overly defensive.
I just hear a lot of timber sounds on the side of Fnatic at the moment.
It would definitely be.
At least I was on the right track.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely.
Haven't seen.
But they haven't made
Wow.
up their mind yet either, and they also still have time left. The discussion on the side of Fnatic right now is pretty intense.
I actually can't think of too many other heroes that really give you the prerequisites of being able to deal with heroes that get on top of you, like Bat Rider and Sand King too. Also being able to give you the kind of sustained out team fight. You can't really focus on burst a whole lot here, I don't think.
Do they want another melee core though with the Lone Druid, the Tiny, and DK?
You can kind of get away with it. It's not crippling.
I mean, DK is like a
degree.
Yeah.
mix.
Yeah, it's
like
very-
Timbersaw is like,
I think they'll
you
go
can't
for
really
profit.
focus
I know they're
on
like,
him
oh,
being
oh.
melee too.
They actually do go.
They
There's the timber.
Yeah, I think it's it gives you that sustained damage. It doesn't get bursted down when people get on top of you.
This looks like a lot better draft than the first game that we had. Bit more well-rounded on the side of Fnatic, bit more aggressive. They can set the pace themselves. Cap,
Absolutely.
you're up first.
They have a nice combination of catch and early push. It's all going to come down to the laning phase because Lone Druid, Tiny, and Timbersaw all need a prerequisite amount of farm, especially the Timbersaw is a big snowball hero.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be a little difficult to achieve, but I'll still back Fnatic here.
You'll back Fnatic, Pigeon.
I think we've seen, even if Timber gets shut down, we've seen Fnatic, they bounce back quite well with these type of heroes. So I like their lane phase a lot better. I think Secret's very defensive, but not as much aggression maybe. I'll go Fnatic.
I'm going to go with Secret. I think they'll outplay them. They look
Thank you, Ted.
like a quality
There we
team.
go.
So,
It is
I was a little bit concerned there for a moment.
No,
I mean, it is a very even draft, a lot more even than that first game. We're going to see a lot of aggression, if to believe our analysts. Let's find out what's going to happen in Game 2 of this best-of-5 grand finals with OD Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Game 2 ready to go here between Team Secret and Fnatic. We've got change-ups in the drafts. We do have this 5th pick, Abed Timbersaw, that the panel was sort of looking towards. How do you feel about this? Is this going to cause huge issues for this Bristleback IO that we're seeing coming out from Secret?
Well, that's why they picked the Timber, right? It's versus that Bristle, that IO, and the Phantom Lynch with to clear out the illusions. However, the other 2 heroes are pretty good versus Timber in this game. Sand King and Batrider are always going to be pretty strong versus that hero, but they were looking, like we said, something to deal with those other ones. So it could be pretty nice if he actually just has a good start. If he can get early Hood and get those early levels, he should be pretty strong in this matchup here.
I'm going to see Secret go for a bit of early action.
I'm pretty curious too, like seeing Bristleback. I haven't seen this hero in a long time. We've got the IO Bristle combo, of course, that they're going to be trying to use quite heavily and put pressure onto Fnatic's lineup. Can work pretty nice versus the Tiny since you're so low armor early. And you actually have a way of forcing buildings now with that Bristle. Well, they were pretty limited if DJ actually gets caught out right away.
They've got themselves a first blood here for sure. DJ surrounded with the smoke wraparound from Secret. Fada will be the one to take the first blood.
Fada again on the Batrider. Had a very good game in the last game. Could also, this time around, they don't really have anything too defensive to protect. Sure, like Rubik, you can get the instant lift off, and Chen can send home the hero that does get lassoed, but beside that, it is quite limited to stop Fada in his tracks. Only 2 small stuns coming out on Fnatic, the Rubik lift and that avalanche coming in.
But would you agree with the panel overall that you prefer Fnatic's sort of approach this time round, just
I think
a little bit more than game 1's?
Yeah, I think their draft this time is definitely better. I mean, they've got Envy on a very comfortable hero, the Lone Druid. Sure, he was on a Comfort Weaver, but it was, as we said, a hard Weaver game when you pick it into the Night Stalker. So yeah, I do think this time around it is a little bit better, but Secret's been looking phenomenal whenever they have these ideas, right? These different types of drafts that people don't expect. So they're trying to get the Batrider versus the Timbersaw, so the dodge comes out from Fnatic initially, putting Universe in the mid lane.
Fnatic making that read and keeping themselves a step ahead in that sense. We'll see if Secret do stick with this or if they make further alterations. And still though, it's a bit of a rough lane here for Universe.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I think the biggest thing is that they want to make sure their Timbersaw is their last pick, so like this hero needs to have a good game, so they can't have it matched up versus that Batrider. And that's the big thing for me. And look at what Puppy's doing here. The last game he was blocking out the camps versus the Enchantress. This time around, similar strategy, blocking out both of these versus the DJ Chen. DJ does have the other hard camp available though.
Just managed to find himself a Troll Summoner. One of the strong ones early game for that extra bit of catch and control. As Puppy will head up it. And now start to have a bit of a look into the movements of DJ and keep tabs on the Chen play.
Look at Secret's lineup and Fnatic almost like Magic Wand is probably the most valuable item in the game at this versus that draft. Like Bristleback plus Batrider, you're always going to have a massive amount of wand charges. So we will see them get that pretty much on every hero very early on.
Pings out onto DJ again. Puppy just following DJ around the jungle on these early levels, making sure that you can sap some of the experience.
Yep, just keeping tabs. Wanted to deny those bounty runes as well. Abed already having a great time, of course, versus that Bristleback. And getting that Chen initial send homes on the creeps. Yapsor will be able to grab that second bounty with his bottle. But yeah, look at this Timbers farm already. Getting every single last hit up top.
It certainly is Abed on track to have one of those games. We've seen Timbersaws in the past get massively out of control.
Puppy blocked, and he did put down the secondary ward to block the hard camp after DJ did find the initial one camp. Puppy getting harassed here a bit.
He's got the burst strike. Probably need to use it.
Yeah, DJ's trying to go for those body blocks.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Bottom lane farm for mid one. Not looking too great.
Yeah, again, just like last game, right? Fnatic getting these lane setups that they wanted. And looking very nice for them at the start here. Universe getting stacked up here. He's able to toss Fado away.
Fada's still thinking about going for a little bit of a dive there, but all his creeps are gone. So nothing really to tank the tower if he wants to get aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, Tiny has a lot of HP and 17 wand charges constantly versus that bat, so. But like you mentioned, mid one, not getting a lot of farm down here versus this Envy Lone Druid. 15-8.
This has got to be a bit worrying, really, for Secret, because this is a lane where you've got an IO backing up your core, and the lane just doesn't really do anything, really, does it, this IO PL?
No, not really. I'm surprised, actually, how bad mid one's last hits are at this moment, though. 6 and 4. He hasn't really had too much pressure on him. It's not like he's at risk of dying down here. Just the last hits from Envy just putting in clutch. When you're playing versus, like, double hero, right? If a Lone Druid can match up the hits perfectly, it's very hard for him to always lane versus that hero.
Yeah, mid one's certainly having a very, very tough time.
Yeah. They're constantly securing the bounty runes, though, for Yapzor. That is the one nice thing. So he's going to be able to have the mana constantly, but yeah, falling very far behind on last hits.
Top lane. But of course, still maintaining the lead. And
it's got the dream.
They really have. These lanes, I mean, as we said, last game, sure. You know, Secret won the game, but Fnatic did have sort of a nice look to the lanes at the start. This is more so, though, for Fnatic. These lanes are even nicer than the matchups that they had in game one. So this extra bit of a lead at the start for Fnatic could be what they need to make sure that they can stay ahead of Secret.
I mean, I've just been constantly watching bottom. Mid one is really having trouble getting those last hits versus this bear.
Arbet getting close to that level 6, and that's the point where Ace has got to be really careful. Definite kill potential in this 1v1.
Yeah, if you're able to get ideally that double whirling death, if you get like the double, you know, the stat attribution minus and then the secondary one, it's a lot of damage coming into that bristle when you have 6. Puppy is kind of playing around here though, to try to protect.
And they've got a TP coming in actually from Fada. Just going to make the rotation. It's not level 6 though. See if they can do enough here with the chase down. They do have to be careful though. Arbet pops the stick charges and backups there from Pi. They're coming with the burrow strike. Arbet down to, he's ready to turn. Pops out the chakram, takes one of them. Arbet will fall. As the send back, not able to tick it in time. So the 1-for-1 trade comes through.
That got scary for a second. Arbet almost got sent home.
It was very close. So Secret able to get that kill on Arbet. It certainly was the big one.
I think this is looking like the similar thing to last game that Secret did, right? They were like, okay, lanes are not going good, so let's make a gank attempt to try to happen, and then we're gonna like swap these lanes up. We see the PL now moving toward mid to try to secure himself some farm, but he's versus a level 6 Tiny already.
Universe is actually going in.
Mid one's
just
dead.
got the kill.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's versus a level 6 Tiny, and he's he's level 4.
That lane down bottom just seemed very uncharacteristic of mid one, and that sort of mistake mid, just not doing the maths. Not realizing that the burst damage would be there for Universe to walk up and do that. This is not the mid one from game one.
No, definitely not. And now it's kind of awkward right now for Secret too, right? They have Yapzor bottom position versus this Lone Druid as an IO. He's kind of just like jungling with the spirits. And Envy is full out free farming. All 3 cores actually have full free farming for Fnatic.
Yeah, they really are.
Dominator's already finished for Envy too now. So you can look at to start getting aggressive with that creep. Can pressure the tower as well since he's got the catapult wave already.
Absolutely just trying to soak up some XP from this bottom lane.
Mid one doesn't really have a home now as this Phantom Lance here. Like he doesn't want to go top versus the Timber Saw. Mid is obviously difficult since he just died to that Tiny, and bottom he wasn't getting last hits. Top.
They're going to try and make a go to Pi, and they should be able to find him. Pi will try and turn the telekinesis, but against the 3 heroes, no chance for the Rubik.
Yeah. I feel like they're gonna need Fada and Ace to put in a lot of work in this game to be able to catch mid one back up. Still only level 4 on this PL, and Universe is about to level 8.
Got to get the action going somehow, Secret. Especially when you've drafted sort of this this safe lane Bristleback. You want to be getting stuff done. You don't want to be sitting back and farming.
Universe just constantly spamming in mid one, leaving him pretty low. Well, Ace now will go to the jungle, try to stack up the camps and farm with those quills. And now they actually do have like the Bat Rider versus that Timbersaw constantly, so that will be the one lane that's very advantageous for Secret, but the other two are heavily in favor of Fnatic.
Do it, Fada. Actually taking quite a bit of harassment there from Arbet.
Ooh, actually pops his regen and gets hit by DJ in bottom. Envy gets a solo grab.
Yep, able to get in there with the DD Bat. As Fnatic, they are certainly doing it with this opening. Getting some pressure onto the tier 1 tower. Response will come from Secret. This is Ace and Yapzor head down to defend. What's the did we quite see what the smiley face was for?
That one I didn't see. I was not looking at mid, actually.
Something must have gone on.
I think Universe is just messing with mid one, but...
Admin? Oh, what happened?
I don't know what it's
Oh, I want to know what the drama is now.
I'm pretty sure mid one just
maybe some sort of bug or something.
I don't know. I think mid one just actually can't walk up to get last hits. Universe is making his life miserable.
Hey, or hang on, he's not doing some naughty Phantom Rush stuff, is he?
No, I don't think so.
I've seen a few PLs do it.
I mean,
still in the game.
Bottom now also. They get Yapzor, but mid one can't really farm. Level 5 Phantom Lancer versus almost level... It is a level 9 Tiny already, so he's got almost the full arsenal of the combo.
Oh yeah, I'm keeping my eyes on this.
I'm keeping my eyes. Maybe it was his abuse.
He may have... That's all I can think of. Like, between these two, what could have happened? And it might be... Sometimes you can accidentally do it, you know what I mean? Maybe. I don't know. But we're not pointing any fingers. Maybe they're just having a joke.
Maybe. I mean, mid one is... He's starting to get a couple last hits at least, but still very scary for him versus Universe. So slow-paced game coming out from Secret, only 4-3 right now, similar to that last game.
Universe just continue to clean the waves. You've got Ace actually coming into the jungle of Fnatic there. He's found Pi. Quill Sprays will do it. Now they look to try and go for the revenge kill.
He's got a full Vanguard. Pretty tanky even versus Abed at the moment. And he's got Yapzor behind him.
And pretty much impossible to go for those two.
This whole time during all this too, Puppy's just actually been sandstorming in the jungle. So he knows he can't really make moves around the lanes with the heroes that they've got right now. They can make moves maybe with the Bat Rider, but with the other ones, they can't really get too aggressive. And Fada's getting closer and closer toward Blink, which will allow him to make that space that they desperately need for mid one. Continuing to struggle. Smoke comes out. They could get the catch here with a toss onto Fada. They could toss Pi in.
I'll see what they can do, Fada.
And they do.
The lockdown here, Pi in on the front lines with the telekinesis, drags him back into Universe's combo. They've got the kill.
I love when people use like just toss as that initiation ability with either a creep from the Chen or from the Rubik like that. It's always going to be a bit unexpected.
Bottom lane, Yapzor getting got up on here by Envy. Envy, they're going to try and get the Centaur into range. Slowly but surely giving Yapzor the rundown, and
he looks pretty dead.
Control, Yap, he's gone. Envy.
And top 2, Puppy gets surrounded.
Fnatic getting pickoffs up and down the map. We can get some pressure onto this tier 1 tower as well. The fact that all 3 of their cores are in a very good place, allowing them to go for these sort of split plays. They don't have to find the pickoffs at 5. As we're seeing, their heroes very much capable of getting solo kills.
Yeah, and Universe about to have that blink, so he's going to be able to continue that aggression. They can go for killing pretty much anyone on the map besides Ace once they have that blink on the Tiny. And already a 4K advantage for them.
Yeah, this is the sort of lane dominance and outcome that they would want from the laning stage that Fnatic would have been hoping for from game 1. And as you mentioned, it went well, but at the time, it wasn't quite as well as you would have imagined Fnatic would have wanted it to. This time around, though, 12 minutes in, with the draft, the lineup they have, this is Fnatic achieving their game plan so far, 12 minutes in.
Absolutely. I mean, Envy's going to have a Radiance before this Phantom Lancer has been placed in the game.
With the Blink Dagger, he's able to find those pickoffs. Jumps in, is able to find out Puppey. Now he has to run. Ace and Yapsaw look for the chase down. Fnatic gets in with that grab. Universe will be sent home. Pylon Eye goes for the TP out. They're both going to make it.
The Chen creeps might not be so lucky, though.
Still, though, Fnatic trying to do their best to avoid it. In fact, Universe comes back in. And he gets the kill on Yapsaw.
And gets sent home again.
Back and forth. He's in and out, Universe.
Fnatic's just taking advantage of the fact that it's pretty much 4 heroes on the side of Secret right now because this Phantom Lancer can't get involved in the game. And like I was mentioning, Envy's getting closer and closer toward Radiance, so Radiance versus PL, one of the most ideal item choices.
I mean, Universe is just playing this perfectly. I mean, it's not every day that we do see Universe sort of change it around, go towards the mid lane, but he did an amazing job against that PL, as we saw. He kept himself edge. Sure, it did sort of end up being a 1v1 where he had a few levels advantage, but he made sure to not let mid one catch up. He got all the farm in the world from this lane, and he's certainly putting that farm to work, Universe, on the Tiny. Making these moves, getting these catch-offs. Yeah, I've got a Blink Dagger on Fata now as well, though, so eyes on the bat from Secret to see if he can make the plays, and as we saw game 1, Fata was certainly able to step it up on the Bat Rider, so that's...
And Ace is still farming. Yes. He's been farming, I think he had like a triple Ancient stack that he just finished. So Vanguard, Arcane Boots, Soul Ring. Going for the Arcane Boots this game because he's got the IO, so being able to get that double mana is always going to be pretty useful as well for his teammates.
Pies up top. Soaking some experience at the moment, will keep himself hidden as Ace shows his face. The Fnatic might try and go for a play onto this. They bring DJ and Arbed Brown. They're going for a smoke.
Abed's got a Yules already too.
Let's see if they can play around with one of the two of them.
Killing Ace is still going to be pretty difficult, so they're trying to look for the backlines. They're assuming that someone's behind him.
Yapsaw's got a relocate available if it feels necessary. I mean, as it is, Ace might just be able to walk himself home. We'll see how Yapsaw plays this. Quite far away at the moment, but keeping his distance so the Fnatic don't get eyes on him. He is going to look to charge at the relocate and takes Ace out.
And Abed died.
The Quill spray is too much. As Secret.
Look at the damage that Quill did. 2,000 because of how many procs with his back turned. The Timber just died instantly.
I gotta be careful how they poke about that Ace. And look at this as well. Now DJ gets caught off the back of it as well. That's 2 down after an attempt where Fnatic had the numbers going in on that.
They've got Universe coming in now, though. With that Blink Dagger, Yapsaw gets rooted, will get quick bursted.
They've got 1. Can they get more out of this? Ace is going to look to start chasing down Envy. The Goo beginning to stack up. Puppey and Fata are going to be able to go back in, but instantly the telekinesis off the back.
Two-man stun.
But Puppey finds the burrow strike onto 2. Lasso comes out from Fata. They found Pi. They hold down Envy. Envy now with a lot of stacks building up, but there's Arbed. Look for the turnaround. Comes in with the Chakram. He's cut down one of the tree thrown forward from Universe. Turns towards Fata. They've got the lockdown onto the bat. Arbed, one more Chakram. Is going to be off the mark, though. Shouldn't matter, though, as the Timber Chain comes through. Arbed grabs the double kill.
Great timing for Abed to respawn there. Ace was starting to really build up those quills on everybody, and with this mech too, he was able to heal a lot in that fight. But the numbers coming out from Fnatic were too much. But during all this, remember, there's still a Phantom Lancer in this game. Mid one is starting to catch back up, still bottom 5 net worth, but getting some damage in on that mid tower. Secret's starting to show their powers, in particular with this Bristle, how much he can do in this game.
Ace is looking pretty scary. I mean, if your Timbersaw's going upon the Ace, Bristleback, and Arbed's dying, that's not great. They've got to somehow play around Ace, get in front of him, make sure that he does not get the chance to get these Quill Spray stacks so high.
Yeah, I think getting a Silver Edge on Universe can be a really good option. I think he did. He did queue up the Shadow Blade, right? Yeah, so I think he could go for that. It would be nice versus the Bristle. Bottom.
He's got the Diffusal Blade complete with the space that he's found.
Yep, decent, right? Not like the ideal timing. Usually, like you've seen, like the 13-minute Aquila treads Diffusal, but treads Diffusal in this game. 16 after this poor start that he had. Some decent recovery, and he's queued up a Hood too.
Nice with the money pretty much for the full out Greaves if he wishes to do so. An incredibly farmed Bristleback, thanks to those kills that he's been handed with the failed attempts from Fnatic to take him down. 305 on the Bristle, being involved in all of Secret's kills this game, Ace. But just backing out as quickly as he comes in. Knows that alone, he does not want to toy around with this Bristleback, despite being the Timber Saw. He's seen before, those quill spray stacks build up, he will suffer on the Timber at this stage.
Yeah. If you don't have your full reactive armor stacks versus a Bristle, it's not even just the quills, you actually hit incredibly hard too once you get those like goose stacks up. The minus armor really builds in, and that plus damage Fada. They found Envy here, the relocate's coming in as well.
They're going full in on this. Is there any way that Envy can play herself out or try and go for the Savage Roar, but it's not going to save him.
The Savage Roar actually pushes the Bristle and the IO right on top of him, but I don't think he had any way out of that anyway.
Now, these are the sort of plays that we were talking about that you have to watch out for from Fada.
Did he have
these
the...
pick-offs.
That's twice now. Envy had the Relic really early and still no Radiance finished. So some very big, important kills for Secret. Catching them back up, actually, they are in the net worth lead now by a slight margin.
Oh, and bottom lane, mid one. Picks off Pi in the trees.
He's back.
That lead that Fnatic had, as we said, it was bigger than that they had of the lanes at game one, but again, we're seeing it slip away. Secret just starting to take control of the map, getting their cores back into the game that did suffer in the earlier stages. Fnatic have got to be careful. They can't let this advantage slip away.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Universe does nearly have that Shadow Blade, but when that does come out, we've just got to look towards Fnatic to consistently look to find these pickoffs and plays themselves. Otherwise, Secret are just going to overrun them.
They have to play away from the Bristleback. He's way too strong at this moment. Puppy's just been on some like warding expedition game with the Sanking. He's 1-4, but you can feel like that impact. He's gotten a couple big stuns out, but the ward game is the really big thing. Always watching and seeing the rotations from Fnatic and getting that big catch on Envy was in particular because of that ward that he placed down.
And that is a Shadow Blade for Universe complete. We'll see if he's able to catch anyone off guard with this.
Ace, like you mentioned. Guardian Greaves are finished. Full hood as well.
He's so fun on this Bristol.
He is really tanky. 2,000 HP with all this. DJ's kind of quieted down a bit after that early game. Just going to be going for that Aghanims build that we've been seeing him do after the Medallion.
middle tower has been denied.
There we go. Finally, Envy will complete the Radiance.
Pi mid. They don't want him though. They want a bigger target. You see Fada just changes priority. Finds Universe. Relocate's coming down.
They'll certainly take the Tiny. There they go with the commitment. They've got the backup. Universe surrounded. He has got the Shadow Blade, but a sentry down immediately will allow Secret to get the kill. Abed now trying for the turnaround play. Goes in with the Chakram. Ace able to start stacking up those quill sprays though. They're trying to find Japsa, but Abed, he's in a bit of trouble himself on the side. Mid one and Puppy. They found Envy. They go in straight away. Puppy with the epicenter, bringing Envy down low, and Envy, he'll fall. Secret, they've found two. Fnatic unable to kill any of the members of Secret, and Abed.
Fnatic,
He's in trouble
Fada
as
is
well.
looking for him. Yeah, he's got the Flame Break too. Doesn't connect. He's TPing out. There's a Yule's down in 2 seconds. Won't be able to get it off. Secret just outmaneuvering Fnatic around the map, forcing these reactions.
It's looking worrying for Fnatic. They had the lead and edge out of the lanes, but it slipped away. These sort of plays, the Fada lassos into the apps or relocate.
Yeah.
Just seeming to be too much for Fnatic to deal with.
And the big thing for me there is that priority, right? They see Pi in the mid lane and they're like, no, we don't want Pi. We know what he's up to. He's always doing this. He always just wants to die for his team. But they get the bigger target, getting themselves 2 of those cores. And mid one has trickled his way back up to the top 3 net worth on this Phantom Lancer.
He's recovering like crazy. This PL now definitely an issue despite being shut down so heavily at the start. Mid-one's played it perfectly since then.
And now Yapsor, he's got the Spirit Vessel finished. So versus that Timber Saw, it's going to be a big problem. The good thing is though, at least that Abed has the Yule Spill to remove that, but we've seen what can happen to these Timbers once that Vessel always comes out.
And Abed does now have a Bloodstone, but that can go both ways at this stage.
Yeah.
In a game where the opposition is getting many more kills than you are in each of these fights.
And look at these sneaky wards by Puppy in the jungle that he placed. Pi was actually looking for them, but they aren't able to find either of the ones that he placed. So they will constantly have vision down bottom for the side of Secret. Mid one. It's tossed into the Centaur stun.
So if they can finish it off, they can't. Doppelganger will jump to the side.
He disjointed the relocate. Yapsa was trying to take him home.
Looks like it works out anyway.
Yeah, he's okay.
As Fnatic were just that bit spooked, as it were, backing off. Fnatic's hunting.
He's got Envy here.
He's found him. He's going to drag him back. He's there the backup to kill him. Puppey comes in with the epicenter burrow strike immediately on top of Envy, knocking him back as well with the flame break. Envy will tick out. Secret get the pick off yet again.
And that's without the relocate. That's not even a Sand King Blink Dagger either. Now Pi.
They're going to get more. Burrow strike comes in onto Pi. Mid one's there ready to deal the damage as Pi is focused. Flame break. Well, final touch from mid one takes him down. Abed trying to find kills in return. But they just can't do so now. Abed, he's on the run. Puppey and Fada, they're looking for the chase down. They've got the Burrow strike to cancel the Timber Chain. He is still pretty beefy though, Abed. Yeah. Without Lasso, Fada won't be able to have the control for Abed. They could look for a bit of an easier kill onto DJ though instead, and they'll try for it. Puppey, Burrow strikes forward. Mid one and Yap's already to close the gap as well. DJ pops the Hand of God. Won't be enough to keep him alive as DJ will fall.
They just seem unable to fight now versus Secret. Like, Universe is just cutting creep waves in the mid lane because he doesn't want to get in there without the Lone Druid. Secret finding the perfect pickoffs.
Their highest net worth, the Timber Saw, just Abed seems unable to really get the job done in these fights. He can't find those pickoffs.
And the same thing with Envy, right? Envy just walks in and just gets bursted out by all this magic damage. And now with this Bristleback, they make their way into the pit. The goo makes this die pretty damn fast, plus 270 damage on Ace at the moment.
And they've got Lasso available as well if they see a target. Fada, he's going to hide on the side, jumps in immediately, grabs Pi, drags him back into the claws of Yapster and Puppey. Pi will fall. Space is there for Roche.
The Dragon gets the kill, but he is dead and they secure themselves that Roche. It's looking pretty similar to last game, Owen.
Getting out of hand, 24 minutes. Secret taking a good grasp at this game. Fnatic definitely with better means this time around to keep the game going. Envy, of course, with the Radiance into Axe build that he's trying for, will have multiple ways of pushing out the side lanes, making it as hard as possible for Secret to close the game up.
They're just constantly under the vision, though. I mean, the warding game by Secret has been phenomenal in this series already. You see, like, bottom, they placed 3 or 4. They actually had 4 wards in here in the area previously, and none of them actually been taken out by Fnatic. They haven't been able to find any of them. You see Pi desperately trying to find them with all these sentries that he's been placing.
The Universe, see if we can find some action, but at the same time, Fada does have an Invis rune.
Another sentry placed down by Pi, but Fada is able to get away. DJ is about to have Aghanims, so maybe once they have that, they can try to look to group up, because at this moment in time, they're getting split up by Secret constantly and getting picked off.
So yeah, mid one trying to have a bit of a go onto the bear.
Doesn't kill it very fast.
Will take a bit of time to take down.
He'll keep chasing it though. The defusal. And meanwhile, Puppey actually dies while we're watching this. Not been able to find the Yules in the chakram kill.
I don't know if he kills the spare.
I don't know if he does either. Fada now though has found Abed. The relocate was coming in, but Abed was able to chain away.
That bear's still alive. Now it's getting close.
He's actually gonna get it.
Oh, there we go.
Took him a while. Universe now finds mid one too, but he does have Aegis and a Reaver already picked up. So he's pretty damn tanky.
Mid one actually falls pretty low here. Mid one, he's just walking at them here. He's confident.
He's got Aegis, right?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I don't think is it even going to pop the once? It might not.
They found Universe too in the sidelines there with Fada's lasso.
Look at that. They don't even need to use the Aegis. Mid one's kept alive.
Do they have reveal? They do have a dust on Yapstar as he tethers in.
They're going to get both of these. Both Pi and Universe falling on this bottom lane. As mid one, as you say, feeling confident with the Aegis, pays off. Doesn't even lose it. They've got it ready for next time round.
Did he use, I think he used like 800 mana to chase that bear. So DJ Aghanims, but still, like Fnatic.
I mean, just what do Fnatic do? Is it just a case of split pushing?
It really doesn't feel like they can group up
no.
Versus this Sacred lineup. Like every single time they're getting split up around the map. Puppey looking for Abed here. Abed's about to, actually, Abed has Aghanims, so the damage is going to be there from that Timber Saw. But the rest of the heroes do feel quite weak at the moment versus Secret, especially when they have this Aegis.
Secret will grab the dragon. I just really feels that DJ, other than farming Zags, it's just a tough game for the Chen to do much.
How's the Radiance for Ace? Almost done. 1K.
Bottom laners, we can see Envy just continue to push the side lanes with the Radiance on the back. Making sure that Secret find it hard to get in and go for a push. They are going to try and go for a play mid. Looking towards Arbed. Arbed gets the Timber Chain down to the low ground though. With the send back from Chen, he'll be out of there.
He got the quick Yules on Fada before he can get the lasso, but now DJ getting isolated.
Put the Hand of God. Envy trying to come in with the Savage Roar to save DJ. Spirit Lance comes in from mid one though. They'll rush into the base and Secret get the kill. They'll take the Chen out of it. They've got the creeps pushed in on top so they can try for the tier 2 tower as well. With a member down on Fnatic, unlikely that they'll hold off this push.
Universe was trying to get some split push going too in the meanwhile, but with the quick ports in, Secret continuing this lead. 6K already now, and 10K experience.
Building up, and
now it's a heart on this PL.
Yeah, a mid-bomb PL that suffered at the start, but is in a wonderful place now.
I mean, they don't really have the means to catch or kill him now anymore. They already were pretty limited on their disables from the draft.
Abed.
It's all going to be how much can Abed do with this Aghanims.
Just trying to play around with Ace, but the goo is starting to stack up. Just have the Shrine, but Ace, he's ready to play around there. He's going to bring mid-bon in as well, Abed. Let's have a lot of maneuverability, of course, though. Will run away. Ace changes target now. Looks towards Pi, the easier, squishier kill, and Pi just melts.
Look at this. I mean, Ace is just running through him. They can't stop this Bristle. 609 on Ace. Universe is able to claim the bottom tower.
Dire's bottom tower is under
But this Bristle is relentless.
Keep pulling those waves around as well. They're trying their best, Fnatic, to make sure the Secret can't get away with pushing down too many towers at this stage.
is under attack.
Fada is on the hunt for that bear, though. He's looking to play around with it, just keep himself out of range of the Savage Roar. Really wants to try and get that tasty, tasty 300 gold.
Dire's bottom tower.
And looks like he should have a good shot at doing that.
Yeah, he's got
Yapso comes
it.
in as well for the glory. They'll take the gold.
And also, the thing is that with Envy, he's been using his bear to like split push around. It's died a couple times, but he's actually just been kind of sitting in the base. So because of this, you look, Envy's level 15 on this Lone Druid. While you look at the cores on the side of Secret, it's 22 Bristle, 19 PL, 17 Batrider. He's really starting to fall behind in experience because they're not actually able to take any fights. Secret just constantly splitting them up.
Secret seeing if they could catch out Arbed, but he heads to the side shop, TP's away.
Are scanning.
Relocate directly on top of DJ.
DJ just go for the first, and they've actually got the combo here with Universe. They take down Yapso. Now mid-one, who will be able to fight for a bit of time, buying time for the rest of Secret to come forward. Mid-one looks towards DJ, focusing the Chen. Chen will fall. If Secret get anything more out of this, they'll look towards the army of Chen. And we'll take the creeps away.
Bit of a suicide relocate. They were trying to get a bigger target there for sure. Fada is on the prowl with this Invis rune. He's stalking Universe. He also has a dust on himself as well, so that Shadow Blade will not be able to save them if they can actually get the further catch.
He does have Arbed nearby though, Universe. We'll see what Arbed could do to help out this man. They turn towards Fada. Fada pots the BKB.
He's put him on the high ground.
Uni does have a TP in 7 seconds, but as you say, with the
He's burning.
vision they've got, and with Puppey coming forward, they've got the control. Burrow Strike will be enough to hold down Universe, take him out. Fada's
Fada.
still alive. Arbed's trying to look for the finisher. Can he find the kill?
The Radiance is sticking, and he will with that blink.
Arbed's really got to do big things this game.
Yep.
So much weight on this Timber Sword.
He is very farmed, and he is still the highest level in the game because of that experience gain talent. 5 and 2.
Where do you think he needs to go item-wise after the bots? If you're looking to sort of, at the moment, just heavily carry your team, as you mentioned, Envy is going to be quite some time before he himself could do much in sort of the fighting department. At the moment, it's all about the split push.
I still think being able to remove the Spirit Vessel is key. Like, sure, he has the Yule Scepter, but I think a Lotus Orb is really valuable, and he does, I think he did just queue it up, so. So he's going to be decently useful as well versus Batrider. I was thinking either Linken's or Lotus Orb before he queued. But it's still, I mean, it's looking incredibly difficult for the other heroes. Like the Lone Druid and the Tiny, they're not able to really get involved. Sure, Abed's going to be great, but Envy's still just been sitting in the base, and now he's got an Aghanim, so sure, he can do this split push, and I think that's what they that's what their plan is. They're like, okay, we can't actually fight Secret, so we got to just commit fully to that split.
And Universe was in quite a good spot at the start, but he's starting to fall behind now. Top lane, Fada finds the grab with Pipe. Got a relocate coming in as well as Yapster wants to join the party.
I think he always should join the party like that just to get those Spirit Vessel charges. So he was sitting at 0, now he's up back to 2.
This game 2 really starting to look like it's going in a similar direction as that of game 1. Secret just making it look impossible for Fnatic to find the pickoffs.
Universe was looking at Yapstor for a second here.
Jump forward, Universe goes with a combo onto the IO. Is it enough to pop him? It is. Yapster will fall. Mid one turns towards Arbed though, and mid one has the backup of Ace. Arbed, can he get himself out of this? It does go for the Timber Chain. Turns with the double Chakram, but he's out of mana now. One more Timber Chain is all that he can afford to do. They are going to continue to chase with the illusions. Fada's got the wraparound. He's still pretty tanky though, Arbed. This long-range Timber Chains are enough to get him out. He gets the blink off with that talent, and he's out of there.
Being able to get that the chain before that Yule Scepter happens, so he's able to pull himself out of that one when Fada was trying to cancel it. Do get themselves a kill and some Bloodstone charges.
He is very elusive, this Timberstone, now level 25. Arbed trying his best to be the nuisance that keeps the game going for Fnatic.
Like we said, he has to put in a lot of work here. And this is the full split push, right? The Ags Chan is split pushing one lane, the Bear with the Aghanim is split pushing the other one.
Got eyes on Puppey. Puppey does get the Burrow Strike off. TPs are coming forward. To the Shrine, Ace and mid one there, ready to chase down mid one, looking to head straight into the fight. Turns towards Universe. Got the slow for the Diffusal Blade. At the same time, you've got Fada. Finds the grab with the lasso. Onto Pi, drags the Rubik back. Universe getting surrounded as well, but the relocate comes in from Yapstor. Fnatic losing both Universe and Pi. Puppey seeing if you can hunt down for more on the back of this chase. Envy was able to get the Bear at least out of there. But again, these sort of fights instantly being responded to by Secret. Space is there for the mid lane though, as they boost the travel the Bear out. Envy gets the tier 2 tower.
All about that split push. Ace is going to be going for Octarine.
Envy does some damage here to this tier 3.
Picking up several boots of travel here on Secret in the past few moments. Ace had one for a while, but he's got those 2 boots now. Same thing for mid one. And they will make their way into the pit, so Aegis and Cheese, maybe they can try to force something, but these lanes, they have to keep addressing them to make sure that Fnatic can't do this split push.
No way that Fnatic can get towards the Roche pit in time to stop Secret.
I don't think they can take a head-on fight either. It's way too difficult versus this lineup with this advantage, as we've seen.
How's Envy doing on the money towards the AC?
Yeah, he's still quite a ways away. He just bought the boots of travel on his Lone Druid Bear, so. Still level 15, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He has not gained any experience in like 7 minutes or so, or maybe even longer than that.
Yeah, we've got
and the Bear now top.
He's got to make sure that he doesn't get an AFK abandon. He's not getting any XP.
I mean, if he does leave the base, he's at risk of dying, right? So. He's fallen behind all of Secret's experience. Like even the IO's level 18, and this is...
Oh, the poor old Bear.
That's the second Bear. He just resummoned and sent it down bottom. Secret were ready for it.
So, he's without a Bear.
No Bear for 100 seconds.
What does he do now? Does he try and get out of the base?
I don't know, but Pi is dying first.
Did manage to invest his money in a Blink Dagger before he falls.
They're looking for Abed here. He does get the Lotus Orb during the lasso.
Let's see if he can play his way out. He's got the Timber Chain.
And the quick blink away.
Yeah, I like that. I feel like I haven't seen many Timbers do that.
Well, when he timbers and he uses himself to make sure, yeah.
There's no way.
No way that they can
you
stop
could stun or stop it, interrupt it. Yeah, that's some cute little stuff there
yeah.
from Abed. Yeah, unless they get any sort of dispel An Elephant, such as it's impossible to stop him from getting away with that extra range.
And now with no bear, it's high ground time for Secret. They've got a DD as well on Ace, so he is punching through this tower very quickly. Level 25 now on this Bristle.
This is what Arbe could do to stop this push. He's going to try his best, but mid-1 and Ace just standing the ground. Universe comes in with the Avalanche, the tree toss, but already the tier 3 has fallen.
I mean, Envy's on a mission. He's just looking for some creeps on the other side of the map, but he can't help his team.
I can see the jump forward here. One, just hitting this melee racks of Fnatic. They just seem like they can't do anything to get him off them.
So Envy's trying to cut the mid wave with this move, and it seems he sent a Hellbear Smasher to stop this, since there is no wave now at the moment for Secret, but they got what they came for.
Got the
found
melee.
that Rax.
They are out of there.
Radiant's middle barracks are
You
under
can just look to
attack.
try and rinse and repeat this Team Secret.
I mean, like, Fnatic's just in desperation mode. They're just like, we can't fight versus this lineup. We have to do all we can to split push. And Secret just keep getting a bigger lead. And when you're playing a lineup like this, versus a lineup like this with Batrider, and you're constantly split pushing, you're bound to get heroes killed. That's just gonna happen. So the Octarine now finished for Ace on top of that 15% lifesteal. I don't know. Yeah, they don't kill this Lone Druid, or they don't kill this Bristle. 8-0-10, having a flawless game.
Proven to be quite the pick, and one of those picks that you probably would not have expected. You know, Secret again in these grand finals, still showing us that they've got some tricks up their sleeves.
Fada looking for that split pushing bear.
With the Savage draw, that should be enough to get the bear blinked out. But very close to having Shiva's guard. Complete the bear. Actually down bottom again. He's going to get a god upon it. He's trying to get the tier 3 tower. Is he going to be able to do so? No, he's not. The bear is out. 60 seconds for the resummon.
Ace now takes note from what Fnatic's doing. He's starting to cut some creep waves because he's like, come at me. You can't kill me. How close to the Silver Edge? They don't quite have it on Universe. Yeah, he has the money, but he can't really get out there, and he wants to save for buyback.
Yeah, absolutely. At this stage of the game, with the push that Secret can come in with. Fnatic have got to make sure that they're ready with their second lives. Mid-1, still with the Aegis, ready to play aggressive on bottom.
Yeah, and DJ's just had these Ancients up top pretty much in the last 15 minutes of the game, just trying to keep the split push going. But every single time, Secret's there to respond with all these boots of travels and ways to catch, and we'll grab the dragon before it gets sent home. But now they go, they're in the high ground, they've got creeps available in the base. In a moment, backdoor does kick in for a second, but the creeps are coming in.
Universe did manage to get out to the shop, has got the Silver Edge.
All right.
He's on his way back, but the tier 3, it's falling. Secret have exposed a second set of racks. They're not looking to back up anytime soon. Universe is going to try and look for an opening. Goes on to Waste, does manage to get the Silver Edge hit, but he's still pretty tanky. Is he tanky enough though? He's falling pretty quick actually, but Ace, his Glimmer Cape gets the sidelines. Will be able to keep himself alive now. Fada jumps in. Lasso onto Envy, holds the Lone Druid in position. The Hand of God comes out from DJ. They're trying to save their members, but Puppy's in with the epicenter. Straight on top of DJ. Abed, Timber chains across, but Fnatic, they've lost 2. No Envy, no DJ, no Pylai die. As Abed and Universe, the only 2 left alive, they'll get themselves back to the fountain. The Secret have all the space in the world to take a second melee rack.
And with like the Silver Edge and Penitence, they're almost able to bring down Ace, but then Yapzor, he's got a cheese. So tethers, cheeses Ace, all the way back up to full health. And now they're looking to get the final set of racks.
Abed's trying to play around with them. Universe does have the combo onto Puppy, but it's not quite enough damage to get that kill. Puppy will survive. Mid-1 and Ace focusing objectives straight up to the third and final set of tier 3s and racks. As they'll take down the tower, look towards the racks. Fnatic with no buyback on Envy as such, even though that probably does not matter at this stage. They cannot hold this push. Universe gets surrounded. He will look towards Fada, but again the Glimmer Cape keeping him alive. Universe is now the one in trouble. He's shulzed up. He'll turn with a couple more punches, but he will fall. Universe down for 70. Mid-1 cleans up the final set of racks. As Fada BKBs, TP's out. Fnatic just can't get a single kill in return for Secret taking the entire base.
The game plan for Secret just all coming into play at the right moment in time. Not really allowing Fnatic's lineup to do what it wants to do with this Radiance Bear. They just completely shut down everything that Fnatic had planned.
And they're just so far ahead now, 25k gold lead.
Look at the experience, too.
Only Abed really in a relevant position in terms of core value from Fnatic.
It's been like that for a while, though.
Sure.
It's really been like, what can Abed do here?
Yeah.
And look at this, a nullifier purchased from Fada. They're looking to try to get this catch onto Abed here.
Oh, and they found the lasso. They hold him down. Nullifier upon him. Mid-1 and Yapsor there to surround him. We'll get the Timber Chain out. They're going to try and chase. Spirit Vessel upon him. We'll remove it with the Lotus Orb again with the Yules. Timber Chain play, creating the distance. Abed will get out of there. But the Bear might not be quite as fortunate. Mid-1 closes down on him. He's got the slow from the Skadi. Envy does have the resummon. But Secret looking absolutely terrifying here in these finals.
Yeah. It's just these game plans, right? These drafts. You see the lanes play out and you're like, wow, Fnatic's in a great position, and then everything just becomes impossible. This Bristleback.
They look for Puppey.
They will find one kill.
That's something. Gonna need a whole lot more of those though, Fnatic. There's Bloodthorn on Ace.
Yeah.
So much control, lockdown, and damage from Secret's lineup.
The levels for me is the biggest thing that's the biggest disparity, because I'm just looking at it. It's 14, 15, 16, Chen, Rubik, Lone Druid, and then everybody else is above level 20s. And look at that on Secret. All the supports, level 21, 22 on both Puppey and Yapsor. I mean, it's because they were just getting involved in every single kill while Fnatic was on a full defensive manner. Abed. With the Yules play again. Able to retreat.
Envy. He needs all the tomes in the world. Trying to study himself up a few levels, and with that has reached level 18. So he's getting there. The studying's paying off.
Is it though? It's just such a hard game. Secret's just got so many luxury items now too, and with full map control, I mean, they've got Megas, so it's just impossible for Fnatic to do much here.
See what they can do, and they'll go for a smoke play. Abed on the front. Can Fnatic catch anyone or Secret off guard? Mid-one's got a double damage ring.
I mean, Abed's still incredibly hard to kill. But the rest of his team, not so hard.
They're looking for Envy. They're not really fully committing. That's not the big kill. Abed is the one that they know they can take out. And that may as well just be the game if they can find him. Abed gets himself back. Pi does get back in with a stolen Burrow Strike. Nullified down onto the Timber Saw. Puppey comes in with the control. Burrow Strike, Epicenter. The self-fuels, they are looking to send Abed back to the base, and they'll do so. Abed back to safety, but the Bear will fall.
He really is full raid boss. They can't actually kill him. They're throwing absolutely everything to try to bring him down, but now creeps are in the base. The Megas are starting to add up. And Fnatic hold.
Secret might be as best at this point to ignore the Timber Saw and just look to close the game. They're going to try on him again. He's got the Lotus Orb upon him. They'll drop the Nullifier, but again, Abed's fine. Can hold his ground. Secret's starting to back away. Abed comes forward with the Chakram looking for Fada, but the tether's there from Yapsor, as well as the Glimmer Cape, keeping him alive. Towards the base, Universe and TJ being forced back. Ace in mid-1, look towards Envy. He's come out a little too far. The Nullifier upon him is being slowed up, surrounded. Envy will fall. He's down for 70. Same time, though, Ace does get down to about 50% HP. Abed comes back, ready to help out, removes the stunners with the Lotus, there to jump forward. They have managed to find the lasso. They look to drop the combo down onto mid-1, but he jumps back with the doppelganger. Pilot out with the stolen Burrow Strike, comes in onto the Bat Rider. They killed Fada. Fada's gone for 80 seconds, but Pi will pay with his life. The tier 4s are falling though.
The creep
moving in, and Envy taps out. They know that this one's over. GG is called, and Secret now leading 2-0 in this best of 5 grand finals against Fnatic.
And back to the drawing board, right? Fnatic, I felt like they got pretty much what they wanted. They got their Lone Druid, they got their Chen. The lanes looked great, but the Secret with this game plan, just this Bristleback last pick, able to make all the space in the world, him and Fada, able to allow mid-1 to catch back up, and then the game just, it just felt like Fnatic, they just couldn't do anything at all. It was Abed just
really
dancing around, but the rest of the heroes, they had no game plan.
I think pretty much as you said, back to the drawing board, time to try and approach this series with another different look. And you know, you'd imagine in the crazy mind of Envy, there's got to be other solutions. He's got to have other ideas that he wants to try out against Secret, because the two so far, they've not been successful. This one looked a little closer to having some hope, but again, after the lanes, despite being ahead, Secret were able to just pull together this coordination that it seemed that Fnatic were just unable to match. Envy fell too far behind, and the game just became irrecoverable for Fnatic.
Yeah, and I felt Envy, he had like appeared in that video that we saw earlier. He's like, it's not about just knowing what heroes they're going to pick, it's about the strategy that they're doing. Because you look at this, and you're on paper, you're like, Secret's got some interesting stuff going on here. And then when it all starts developing, you're like, oh, wow, yeah, this Bristle's just unkillable with the plan that they have. So Envy's really going to have to figure out what's going on in Puppey's head, because Puppey's just really onto some mastermind stuff right now.
He absolutely is. They are steamrolling their way to the championship here. Team Secret 1 game away from taking the title here at the Corsair DreamLeague Season 9 Valve Minor. And Fnatic, of course, one more chance to see if they can put a stop to it and swing the series back in their favor. We'll see what's going to happen very shortly after this quick break.